What is up, everybody? You guys, I stopped posting for a good minute. I mean, it was only like a week, right? But we're back. Okay, so today's story, I am going to be telling you guys about my teen pregnancy and how I told my parents and just my personal experience. I am going to be saying both of my pregnancies because I honestly didn't even look pregnant when I was pregnant with Romeo. It is freaking insane. But with that being said, let's get started with the video. Long awaited video. I actually got pregnant when I was 19 and had Romeo when I was 20. I got pregnant right out of high school. Like as soon as I graduated, pregnant. I feel like I personally got pregnant kind of late considering most of my friends got pregnant during high school, and I'm not throwing any shade to that. Like, it happens. Me and Beto had been together for a year and 3 months before I got pregnant, if that makes sense. So we were dating for a year and 3 months before I actually ended up pregnant. So it's not like I met him and I got pregnant right away. It was bound to happen, you know? Like, we was doing the do without protection, so I was bound to get pregnant regardless. I just didn't expect me to actually get pregnant, which is the dumbest thing ever. Please don't think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me, I'm good, like his pull-out game is good, blah blah blah. No, you can still get pregnant regardless. I did not know I was pregnant for at least a good month because I'm just gonna be bold straight up with you. I was smoking weed every single day, and I know nowadays people take smoking weed while pregnant como si nada, but I personally wouldn't do that myself. First of all, my doctor would never tell me to smoke weed. If your doctor told you, that's your story. I'm saying my story. I found out I was pregnant at 6 weeks and 3 days, and for those 6 weeks I was literally smoking weed every single day. Like, I'm not even kidding, I was just high all the time. I did end up telling my doctor that I did smoke, and they told me that it wasn't gonna affect the baby because it was still really small, which I was glad because I was honestly freaking scared. My period was always super accurate, like always on time, and this time it was like 5 days late maybe. But this was a reoccurring thing where I always thought I was pregnant. Like, era no era nada nuevo, you know? It's like, oh, it's probably just late, blah blah blah, because oh my god, Plan B is not a form of birth control. I took at least like 5 Plan Bs like in less than 6 months. It was some crazy shit. Like, do not, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. The Plan B would mess up my cycle a lot, so this month that came, I was just like, oh, it's probably like effects from the Plan B that I probably took like 3 months ago. I don't know. I decided to take a pregnancy test because I obviously had a lot laying around just in case. Like, you know, I'm not saying I wish I had prevented getting pregnant, but it's like I knew it was coming, so I wish I would have done it a little bit later. I don't regret my kids, but anyways, I took a pregnancy test. Not even kidding. Like, you're supposed to wait at least like 3 minutes for it to tell you if you're pregnant or not. It was not even like 30 seconds and it was pregnant. I started crying. I was bawling my eyes out. Why was I crying? I don't even fucking know. Like, hello, you're gonna get pregnant if you fucking someone. Took another test. It's the same shit. I called Beto shaking and shit. This was like early in the morning too. He was like still sleeping, so I called him like 3 times to answer his freaking phone. And then I was like, hey, I just took a pregnancy test and they're coming back positive. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? Blah blah blah. So he was like, come out here, because we both lived in 2 different towns. It's like a good 25-minute drive. Well, I was like, okay, let me hop in the shower real quick. And you guys, the whole time that I was in the shower, I estaba chillando. Like, bitch, why the fuck you crying? You're already pregnant. Drove out there. Mind you, I did not have a car. I was working to get a car. Well, like right after high school, I was like, okay, me voy a comprar mi carro. I'm gonna go to college, blah blah blah. Do what your parents tell you all the time, follow the same fucking pattern. I didn't have a car, so I have to tell my mom, hey, I'll be right back. Obviously, it's just like, why the fuck you taking the car, you know? Like, you don't even work this early, blah blah blah. Like, She right off the bat, she was like sospechando. Well, I drove out to Beto's house, and we ended up buying another pregnancy test at Walgreens, and I took that pregnancy test at a Burger King that was nearby. I don't know why I expected the results to be different, but they came back out positive as fuck. And I came out of the bathroom and I was crying, and I was like, oh my god, we're pregnant. Like we're fucking pregnant. We were both 19. I'm 2 months older than him. Exactly. So it's like I felt like all these thoughts are just coming into my head, like, what the hell? I'm only 19. How am I going to raise a baby? What are my parents gonna say? Honestly, I feel like everybody can relate that the most scariest thing about being pregnant is telling your parents, or like your parents' reaction. Obviously, the oldest one in my family, I already knew that was gonna hit hard because I'm supposed to set an example to my siblings, which I find ridiculous because that's not my job. 19 is not like a super young age, but it's like you're barely stepping into being an adult. I was just there like freaking out, crying in the middle of fucking Burger King. People are probably eating their hamburgers like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Eto never once told me we're gonna abort it. Nothing. He never brought it up. He said, don't worry, babe, we're gonna figure it out. Always so supportive. He was like, we'll see, we'll figure this out. Honestly, I think that's what I needed to know that he was going to be there for me regardless. It was just the easy part. The next part was to tell my parents. Before telling my parents, I wanted to make sure that I was 100% sure pregnant. I know the chances are like super rare for you to get a positive pregnancy test, but I just wanted to make sure because I was still in denial. I think I only took like 3 pregnancy tests. Tampoco no me pasé que me tomé like 10. I made an appointment at Planned Parenthood. The only reason that I went there was because I was scared that, because I am under my dad's insurance, so I was scared that the insurance was going to mail out like a bill stating, oh, Ana Ibarra went to get a freaking ultrasound, whatever. That was my fear. So I was like, I'm not about to let these doctors help my parents before I tell them. So we ended up making an appointment to Planned Parenthood. That was a whole different experience. Oh my god. My thoughts about Planned Parenthood are just that whole visit in general was kind of like, so they confirmed that I was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant. So we were like, let's just wait a little bit till we actually go tell my parents. But my mom, you guys, my mom like, ya sabía. Like, I feel like her mother instincts were like, yeah, I know she's pregnant. Me and Beto obviously conversated about how we were going to tell my parents. I was like, we gotta do something, right? So at least we should like sit my parents down and let them know. By now, all my sisters knew and my best friends. So it's like everybody knew except my parents, and I don't know, I feel like that's so shitty. How we ended up telling my parents is that Beto came over. And mind you, Beto never really came over. Like, we would just, when we would hang out, like go out and do shit, or I would always be over type of shit. So he came over, and I was already like, why is he here type of thing, because we were gonna talk to them. So I pulled in my mom to her room, and Beto pulled out my dad outside, and we just ended up I told my mom I am pregnant, 3 months now. I was just crying again, and my mom was like, why are you crying? And I was like, okay, never mind. She was like, okay, well, like, it's done. She was just technically saying, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do now? What's like your next step? I know she was disappointed, but a baby is always a blessing regardless. So we just stayed there in the room talking for a while, and Beto was outside with my dad telling him that he got me pregnant. My dad took it way more to the heart. He was sad and he was disappointed, which was my biggest fear. But Beto made sure to reassure that he was going to be there for his kid regardless and help provide, which he did until this day. He is doing, which I will be forever thankful for. After we both talked, we brought him back inside, and my dad was like, really, Ani? Because they call me Ani in my family. But I was just like, yeah, you know, like you don't really have, you can't really say much. Like, what's done is done. Guys, I did not start showing literally till the day I probably popped. I started showing when I was 5 months, and that is barely. I'll post a picture. I was barely showing with Romeo at all. Like, I had no type of belly. But when I was barely starting to show, like, parecía que I had just ate like a big ass meal. After that, I ended up giving birth. If you're new here, I had Romeo at 26 weeks, and I will be making a video on that with pictures and details and how it feels to be a mom of a preemie. It was not planned. None of my kids were planned, of course. But with Leo, it was a little bit different. I had to wait to get pregnant again just because I was so high risk. So I gave myself 3 years. I had birth control for 2 years, 2.5 years. And then I took it off, and it took me like 6 months to get pregnant. I can do a video. All these videos I gotta make. When I got pregnant with Leo, I was actually happy that I got pregnant, because I honestly thought that the birth control had fucked me up and I couldn't get pregnant no more, because it was taking me forever to get pregnant. So when I found out I was pregnant from him, I was excited, and I was like, yes, I can still have babies, because I want a big family. Finding out I was pregnant from him was a whole different reaction. I surprised Beto. I'll post the video here if I can find it.
Not even. What is this? You're pregnant?
On Father's Day, and like told him that we were pregnant again. Me and Beto obviously had a serious talk. We were with my parents, living with my parents. I was like, we have 2 kids, we gotta get our shit together now. Telling my parents I was pregnant for the second time was way easier, but we wanted to make sure to let them know that we were obviously going to work on getting our own place, getting our own shit together. Like, we have 2 kids now, that ain't nothing to play about. And dicho y hecho, you know, we moved out, we got our shit together, and they're happy for us. Like, we've been good. My pregnancy with Leo was, oh my god. My pregnancy with Leo consisted of freaking appointments every freaking week, just to make sure this kid would not come out early too. I had to get shots, high-risk doctors, I had to do blood work, I had to do all this. It was more kind of planned, because like I said, we were scared that we couldn't get pregnant again. So we were kind of trying, kind of not trying, kind of wanted to see if I could, but kind of didn't want another kid. So he was not planned, but planned in a way. Like, we knew what we was doing, you know. My sisters were happy, my dad was happy. We honestly thought it was gonna be a girl. Surprise, it was another boy, but maybe el tercero me sale una niña. I cannot stress enough how much my mom helped me throughout my pregnancies. Like, she was and is my only best friend, like, for real, for real. She was always making me my cravings. She was always looking out for me. She was always helping me, going with my appointments when Beto was like working late. Like, she was there since the moment she found out up until now. If you're pregnant, don't be scared to tell your mom. Your mom is literally going to be your main and only friend. And they say you lose friends when you're pregnant, which I assume is true. I never really had a lot of friends, so I have the same ones. I actually gained way more friends when I was pregnant. And I gained more friends after I had kids, because it's like we went on little play dates. Don't be scared to tell your parents. Their reaction is only temporary. They're gonna be happy once your baby is born, and they're going to love you guys. Sometimes I feel like my parents love my kids more than they love me. It's such an amazing blessing. You guys, I am running out of space to record on my phone. Everything I do is on my phone. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this video right here. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like so I can keep posting more videos like these if you guys would like to see them. You can go ahead and follow me on the rest of my social media. I do post way more over there at Anna X Ibarra. So I am going to be picking one of you guys who comment down below your favorite Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks drink. Just comment down your favorite drink with your email, and I will be sending you a gift card. With that being said, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.